Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Tuesday, March the 12th, the year 2013. Let's see, one person asked me, how could I call myself an American? I replied to him, but I thought I might want to come on video and say it. Well, my grandparents were born in this country. My parents were born in this country. I was born in this country. I've got a birth certificate, actually two. I've got the one issued by the District of Columbia and the one issued by the hospital. I can prove I was born here. I also have a U.S. passport. So, to those who wonder how I can claim to be an American, that's how. And along that note, I guess I owe everybody an apology for the way things are in this country. It's my fault. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we both grew up back east. Washington, D.C. and Silver Spring, Maryland area, suburb of D.C. And I worked in D.C. And all through the 70s and 80s, through the early 90s, I was there. Well, not quite. I guess late 80. I moved out here in 89, so I wasn't there in the 90s. I think I had to go back once. But anyway, the opportunity for me to do something about this country and take back freedom and liberty, I did nothing. It's my fault. I didn't lead any uprising or revolution, and we figured out why. If you're old enough to remember the 80s, times were pretty good. I mean, you had discos. You had the arena rock bands. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had, money to be made in the 80s. That's back when the big companies were gobbling up the little companies. Some of the computer companies were rising. This is before internet. But I did nothing. Nothing to overthrow the powers that tax. It's my fault. But I was too busy partying and enjoying life and making money. Asleep at the wheel. Hey, everything's good, so party on, right? And look what happened. Look at where we are today. So it's my fault. I'm not proud of it, but I admit to it, and that's part of the solution. You identify mistakes, you admit to them, make sure they don't happen again. So, maybe some of you lived through the 80s. Maybe it's a little bit your fault too, but like I said, I'm a big man. I admit my mistakes. I'll accept the blame for it. It's all my fault. If I done something, I might not be here telling you about it today. I could have been shot, hung, electrocuted, or I could be in some federal penitentiary for actions that I may have taken. But I was talking to my buddy, shout out to Kenny, and we blew it. We didn't do anything about it. It's our fault. Didn't do a dang thing about it. But it's never too late. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Wait a minute. I think we got a few fat lady singers out there. Bad joke, right? Anyway, point is, can't give up, my fellow Americans. They're going to try and take away our weapons. They're going to have to fight me for mine. And you know my theory, as long as I get two of them before they get me, I win. I might not make it through to see the victory of the people, but sometimes you got to die trying. It's just something to think about, something to ponder. It's serious stuff. I mean, it's easy to sit back and I could just stay here at the ranch and not do anything and not worry about it, but you just never know. One day you might hear this rumble and there's the armored vehicles coming up to take me away to a FEMA camp and take my supplies to redistribute for the good of the many. And that's what they'll do. That's something to think about. Something to seriously think about. So once again, my fellow Americans, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize. But it's never too late for you to wake up and smell the tyranny.